All right, so let's start with touch. The love language of touch is essentially, I feel connected through physical contact with other humans, with other people. I really love dogs. Dogs love touch too. I think all dogs are touch love language, And so they come up there, so the touch love language people are like, oh. And the people who aren't touch love languages are like, dogs creep me out. They're so demanding. They just want, and it's kind of, or the person begins to be more of a touch love language. All right, I really do love you, but there's no way to convince you otherwise. So here you go. And that is, it's kind of a built-in cycle. Children, a lot of children touch love language, and they're just, they're on your leg, they're crawling in your lap, they're sitting next to you, they're on your lap, looking in your face, hey, hi, how you doing? Oh, I love you. Like, if you're not a touch love language, you're like, But this kid is trying to communicate in their native language. And so you can tell when you go to a touch love language church, somebody wraps themselves around you at the door. Oh, welcome, we're so glad you're here. Like, okay, we need to train our ushers a little differently because not everybody's a touch love language. And we're scaring some people. We're scaring them. They're not coming back. That is an assault. That wasn't a hug. That was an assault. So people experience different things different ways, but the touch love language people are starving for affection. They love to be in proximity, so they're paying attention to where we're sitting when we walk into a room. If there's a couch and a chair and the touch love language sits on the couch and the other person sits on the chair, the touch love language is like, what's wrong? Why are you sitting on the chair? We could be touching right here. We could be touching right now, We're missing this opportunity. And the other person's like, I thought it was a cool chair. I thought I'd just sit in this cool chair. At the expense of our connection. Because the idea is really around feeding the connection. We're feeding the connection. And so the touch love language is thinking, connect through physical contact, connect through affection. And the experience, the opposite is true as well, which is a lack of affection, extended periods of time where there is no touch, that begins to send a message as well. And so that message, the anxiety is climbing. It's been a while since we connected, so it feels like a disconnection. And so the touch love language person's beginning to just feel more and more anxious in the relationship, and they're trying not to manifest the anxiety that they're experiencing, but it's coming through. It's coming through. And then, you sit by them and put your hand on their leg, and they're like, oh, good. Oh, you still love me. I didn't know what I was having the craziest fantasies that you were just like, you wished I was dead. Like, what are you talking about? What is wrong with you? It's like, my counselor was fear, and it was telling me all the crazy stuff, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. Oh, it's because your touch love language, and I've been gone for a week. Yeah. Don't ever do that again. Leave your hand here. Could you leave your hand here? And so this is our design. We're designed so different. If you don't have a touch love language, you're like, that's so weird. It's so weird that somebody would need that. There must be something wrong with their family or something. And maybe, they should have had more affection when they were little, so they wouldn't need it when they were older or something. I don't know what is their deal, My family certainly isn't like that. We'll get to that whole normal thing in a minute. The next one would be the acts of service love language. The acts of service love language people, they just need some help. They want some help. If you could just help me do stuff, and if you could do stuff for me, if I could just get a little help around here, because acts of service love language, for whatever, they just have a natural sense of responsibility for everything. And so when they walk into a room, the anxiety's climbing, and pretty soon they're just choking to death on the anxiety over somebody's shoes, and that's somebody's backpack, and those flowers are dying, and that trash has not been emptied, and the dishes need to be done, and they're just choking. Oh, this is my job. Oh, this is going to fall to me. For whatever reason, I'm the only responsible person in the world. And then I met you. You think every day's a holiday. You think the elves come in and clean this place or something. I don't even know what you think. And so the disconnect comes from, I have all this to get taken care of, and any of you could have helped me, and none of you chose to. You don't love me. You don't care. And so the experience is a disconnect, because the message, I love you very much, comes in a very different package. Like Sherry is acts of service. I'm a touch. If I come home or if Sherry comes home from a long trip and I've been home for a while, she walks in the door, I meet her at the door. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, it's so good to see you. And she is looking over my shoulder to see if I clean the house. Because that hug isn't doing much for her. It is, do I come home to work? Did I come home to a pile of work? Exactly. I, on the other hand, come home and I see her and I give her a big old hug. And she's going, I made dinner and I will clean the house and your laundry's clean. I'm like, shut up. Hug me. All I'm thinking about is after the kids go to bed. And so the difference between us, just design-wise, in the same relationship is I have to pay close attention to the environment and all the clutter and all the things. And for whatever reason, if I come home in her car and I notice that the fuel gauge is low, and I swing through, fill it up with gas, pull in, I don't say a word. The next time she gets in it, she goes, ha ha, hunk of burning love. Look at that man. Look at that man. And I'm like, that's it. There it is. And I'm getting big points for that. Like, okay, I've learned it. It took me like 30 years to learn that. But, I'm catching on. I mean, a little slow. Gifts. Gift love language is it's just a token. It's not the expense of the gift. It's the timing, and it is the intention of the gift. So the gift love language people, they want you to show them that you know who they are. I so value that you know me. And so the gift love language people, they are big deal, birthday, big deal, anniversary, big deal, in the dating, like, you know what today is, don't you? Tuesday. It's our 4th month anniversary. Oh, we have an anniversary every month. Yes, we do. Here's what I got you. Oh, no, I didn't get you anything. Oh, no. You will. Learn it. Because they're paying attention to send you the message that I'm paying attention to us. I'm paying attention to you. I know you. I've learned you. If you ever have a party, a birthday party, whatever, you want the gift love language people, throw in your party. These people have read you like a book. They've got you sorted out. I mean, there'll be the right food, the right people, the right place, the right race cars, the right everything will be there. You're like, wow, are you kidding me? I couldn't have given myself a better party. Right. And in return, oh, gosh, it's your birthday today. Oh, it's today? Today's your birthday. Oh, no. Here's a gift card. Go figure it out yourself. Ouch. Oh. Disconnect. Like, they're trying to, like, oh, no. Oh, what's happening right now? I don't think like that. I should. I'm sorry. I'll learn. I'll grow. And so there's lots of pain. There's lots of disconnection. There's lots of tough conversations because I didn't want to hug and glad that you cleaned the house, but I just wanted some evidence that you know me. Just show me that you're paying attention. It's in all our relationships, so it's not just with a romantic relationship, but as you get to know somebody, first dates kind of stuff. Or second dates. I guess second date would be more like, what's your favorite color? What's your love language? I need to know this right away because I don't want to waste a bunch of time with this other stuff. But I really do want to. I want to be effective in sending the message that I care about you, that you're important to me. And if it's a gift, you just can't underestimate the power of a gift to the people that you love when they receive it. They just go, oh my gosh, how you know me. I have a couple gift love languages on my team, and it's just fun to watch them get stuff. You're like, look at you. Because that just doesn't register for me that way. I like a gift, but I just don't seem to experience it the same way you do. You're just, oh, you so thought about me. You so knew me. Ah, that's awesome. Gosh, I don't have too many of those reactions. That was fantastic. Quality time. Quality time would be the next one. Quality time is, some people think it's quantity time. Not necessarily. It's much more about, can I be interesting to you? Are you interested in me? So when I'm talking and I'm telling you stuff that it's important to me, I'm telling you about my day, I'm telling you about my rabbits, I'm telling you about this lady at work, I'm telling you about my brother who lives in Guam, I'm talking to you about whatever. It doesn't matter if you're interested in that stuff. What matters is you can shift your attention away from whatever it is that you're giving your attention to, and you can point it at me. And so now what we have going on is your full engagement in what I'm interested in. And this feels like you care about me. It feels like you are sending me the message of value, respect, and love, because you are breaking away all the other competition for your engagement, and you're pointing at me. So another one of Sherry's love languages is quality time. And if I haven't seen her after a period of time, she's like, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff that happened when you weren't here. Let me catch you up. Now I feel connected to you. Now you know my life. Now you know me. Now you're engaged. And I've struggled, over it, because I'm not a quality time person necessarily. I listen well. Typically, I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I really enjoy listening. I really enjoy it. And so I have lots of people who talk around me. It's awesome. If I get in a room with somebody who doesn't talk much, we're like, it's quiet in here, isn't it? Yeah, gosh, And that's what happens. Is I'm not generating conversation. Sherry, on the other hand, is. She's like, hey, quality time. I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah. But, if I got my phone, my phone is getting her love. She hates my phone. There's a competitor. There's a competitor in the environment for my engagement. I'm not engaged. You can't sit there and go, oh, really? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Well, oh, totally. Yeah. What? I heard you. You said, what did I just say? Right. I was so disengaged that I'm not paying attention. I'm not sending the message the way she's experiencing it. And as a result, I'm sending her a message. And the message is, I'm not interested in what you're talking about because I'm not interested in you. And so this is the painful disconnect. Each of these love languages, you're sending a message. Whether you want to or not, you're sending a message. People are receiving a message. I didn't design that message. I didn't send that message, and you got one anyway. Oh, no. And what it tends to do is foster disconnection. So we have one more affirmation. Words of affirmation is, it's positive, encouraging words. The affirmation love language person truly believes and experiences that life and death are in the power of the tongue. This is how they experience life, is with words. So, you can say, I love you to an affirmation love language, and they go, oh, that means something to me. But if you're one of those people who are more acts of service person, and you say, I'm not actually saying I love you until I actually mean it, because I'm not going to just come up with stuff just because you want to hear it. The words of affirmation love language person just took one to the heart because you don't understand what you just did. What you just did is you just said, I'm not going to send you I love you messages because I don't love you. This, and the acts of service person would say, that's not what I said at all. That's not at all what I said. I said I wasn't going to do it to be nice. I'm only going to do it when I'm genuine. Yeah, it's exactly what you just said. You just said, I don't genuinely feel love, and I'm generally afraid of being that vulnerable. I'd rather build you a castle than tell you I love you. I'd rather send you the message the way I get it than lay down my life and learn a new language. And so the wrestling match between languages is, it doesn't feel like love. That doesn't feel like love to me. Love feels like the way I experience it. That's what love feels like. Right, to you. But we're not talking about you. We're talking about somebody else. Oh. So go to Romania and speak English because it feels natural. And nobody understands the word you're saying. Why? Because that's not how they hear anything. And so no greater love is anyone than I would lay down my life and learn a new language. I will learn and I will grow. Back to the affirmation love language, this person wants to feel enjoyed. They want to feel liked. There's your smiles, your laughter, your encouragement. Oh, you like me. Their anxiety goes away. You like me. Oh, I feel so safe here. I feel able to exchange love because I feel safe. The fear has exited the room. Criticism, anger, negativity, it's like sand in their eyeballs. They're like, oh, gosh, how can I get away from your mouth? Is there a way out of this room? Is there a way out of this conversation? Well, you just don't like the truth. You just can't handle reality. You're like, well, I'll tell you what, I can't handle feeling scared of what's going to come out of your mouth next. And as long as if connection is not very important to you, then you're not going to understand why I'm leaving the room every time you start complaining. And so we begin to adjust to protect the connection, which actually brings out a different side of me, and it brings out a better part of me. I'm having to learn stuff that, this actually helps me have other relationships besides this one. Because we tend to surround ourselves with ourselves and then justify ourselves. So if I can just surround myself with people who experience life the way I experience life and see life the way I see life, then I don't have to grow much. So maybe I should have married into a Latino culture because everybody hugs everybody all the time. And that's, all I really need to learn is how to hug, which I already knew, so I didn't have to learn anything. No. Because being with somebody or being around other people who require more of you than you're used to giving is actually one of the greatest ways to cultivate covenant.